Monica, thank you so much for coming on today.
I'm good,
How
thank
are
you.
you
You?
doing? I'm very good. Thank you for asking. So, Monica, we always kick off these interviews to kind of get to know the person, behind the charts. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Do you have like a day job, or is
No, so
trading
I
your
do
full-time
got a
income?
day job. I work at the airport in operations. That's my main
Ah,
occupation,
very
but
nice.
yeah, so trading is a little bit on the side as a extra income. Well, hopefully it'll become my full-time job sometime.
Yeah, that's the dream, right? But it's awesome that you have
Yeah.
a second income, and we always find that when traders, if someone goes full into trading, especially when they're kind of on that stage where they're getting consistently good, and then they kind of quit their job and kind of try to become a trader too soon,
Is too
there's just too
stressful.
much
Yeah, I
pressure
think,
on them,
yeah, yeah, it's very stressful.
Exactly.
If that becomes the only one job and the only one income you rely on, is I think it's a big stress then mentally, I think.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So you're doing it right, 100%. Keep the
Yeah,
day job as long as you can, and until you really can quit. Where it's just money is no, money's just you got so much of it that it doesn't really matter. Then yeah,
yeah, you
sure,
always like to
enjoy.
have
But
that safety net.
otherwise,
That, do you know what I mean? Like you've got money coming
exactly.
in, because as we know, trading has got its ups and downs. So yeah, it's definitely, I find it
Yeah,
safer for me. It works for me, but then everyone's different.
yeah, no, 100% agree. Talking about trading, roughly how long ago was it when you kind of got into trading, and how did
So
you kind
I
of
watched a
stumble
lot
upon it?
of, I think everyone those days through social media and YouTube get very interested with the trading. I believe the trading is the future. But yeah, I got interested, watch a lot of YouTube and started trading. It will be a little bit over a year now because I started around summer 20, what are we, 2025,
Wow,
2024. Yeah.
that's incredible. So you started a year ago, and you're already funded and
And I
getting
know, lucky,
payouts.
innit?
I don't know
I
if you know
hope
that,
it's
but
not
that
on your
is
luck, but yeah.
that's
Yeah,
more
no,
than
I'm
luck.
extremely lucky. But as you know, you've got, it wasn't as lovely at first because obviously I've tried it before and didn't get funded. So this is my first funded account with you guys.
Mm,
So it is very exciting. But I think as you trade, you just have to be very patient, I would say. And I think, like I said, having that
mm,
job, that full-time job, you don't have that mental stress of like, you just have to go guns blazing and do a lot of mistakes. You just take it slower and yeah, just in your own pace.
yeah, 100%. But finding that out, you're
Thank
doing
you.
so well. I'm excited to see where you will
Me
be in a
too.
few years' time. Just to give you
Me.
perspective, took me 10 years to get to the
Really.
stage where you're at.
Wow.
So,
I hope I'm not going to go
yeah,
downhill now saying that.
no, because it's all psychology. It's most of it is psychology, right? Like you said, patience is. I'm not clearly I'm not a very patient person. At least not as patient as you. And maybe discipline is probably my
Mm.
weakest point. I was very I wanted to get into the markets constantly without realizing, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Sometimes
Yes.
the less you trade,
Yes.
the more
But I think it's a human
success you
nature. It's
have in a
more you
weird way.
see and you get a little bit money, then I think we become more greedy as well in a way, isn't it? It's just the human nature. You've got
Yeah,
it. You think,
yeah,
oh my God, it's
100%.
doing so great. Or let me not close that. Let it just go a bit further. And then anything can happen, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. No, you're 100% right. So would you say by nature you're quite a disciplined person?
Yeah, well,
I feel you
I
must
think
be.
I am. I'm very, as a person, I'm very, yeah, very like strategic. I've got my habits, like everything have to kind of be the same. I like my routine, I would say. The
Mm,
routine. So yeah, you are in a bit
yeah,
very strict. And I don't like
yeah, yeah.
maybe
No.
not that I don't like, but I'm very resilient towards a lot of risks. So I'm always trying to be a bit safer and take things slower than risk a
Hmm.
lot.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense now. Because again, trading is again mostly risk management. You have to always be on top of your risk management. Make sure you're not
Mm.
risking too much in one trade,
Yeah,
because it's all just about survival. There's been traders who've made
exactly.
millions and then lost
I
millions and
mean,
started at square one. You kind
you
of
will
there
get
is never an
funded,
end
but
point.
let's face it, sooner or later, that's why you need to keep going, because sooner or later, it's not going to be like that forever.
Yeah,
You're finally going to burn through the
yeah,
account, isn't it? And you just have to keep going. And I think psychologically is difficult for a lot of people to see that they don't do great, and you see the money going at the start. Oh, sorry, just my phone. Someone's trying
that's
to
all right.
ring me. I've lost you here. Hold on.
No problem. Take your time.
Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I've even put it on a
That's all
silence, the
right. No, no, no,
phone.
it's fine.
Yeah, I think psychologically is difficult for people when they see they trying for funded accounts and they unlucky, like let's say a few times in a row, and you see the money going, and you don't see, do you know what I mean, the light at the end of the tunnel. It might be a bit daunting, but
Yeah,
it's just has to turn around. It's just normal mathematical a thing. You're going to get there, but it's
yeah,
just yeah, patience. And financially, people not always can afford to keep going, and I think that's what maybe a lot of people just decide to
yeah,
quit after, like, I don't know, third, fourth, fifth time unlucky.
yeah. But that's the
Yeah.
beauty
Oh
of
yeah.
prop firms, I would say, because you kind of you're kind of forced to take risk management
Mm.
seriously because there's no option. You can't, otherwise you just end up blowing the account. But when you trade with your own capital, like you said, a lot of people, we most beginners they'll start with smaller capital, maybe £1,000 or dollars or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
that's just not enough money if you're really, sticking to the proper risk management rules. You're probably making £100 if you're lucky a month, and no one's going to be happy with that, or 50 to £100 a month on
Yeah.
it's just not worth it, right? So people risk way too much on each trade, trying to flip the account, make good considerable amounts of money, and you just always end up getting burnt at some point because
Yeah,
your luck will
yeah,
run
that's why
out.
it's just it's completely different ball game to do the prop firms. Let's face it, not who can have a capital like that to try to trade. It's like you can't. So that's probably the only
Exactly.
way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the beauty of it. And I think nowadays that prop firms do exist. I mean, they existed in the past, but they were very different to how they are today. As a trader, you're probably in the best time to start as a trader. I can't imagine how it was in the early 2000s, where if you wanted to get into a prop industry, you had to literally dedicate a year of your
Wow.
life going to an office, not paid, studying like a whole apprenticeship, and then, be on a demo environment. And then only then, after like a year of
Mm.
non-stop working for free, essentially, only then if you hit your targets, do you get into the live stage and build up the capital. But so it's a complete different
Yeah.
ball game to what we
Oh
have
yeah.
today. And you know, make use of it as a trader because it forces discipline as well, which is awesome. Um, Monica, I would love to know a little bit about kind of your strategy, how you trade, what you look for on a day-to-day basis. Is it possible you could share your charts and kind of walk the viewers
Yes.
through what you would look for
Let me try
in a trade?
share my charts with you. So what I do, what works for me, I trade with a trend, and I've got my moving averages. So my moving averages you
Hmm.
can see on a screen. I don't know if I'm sharing too much or not. Someone might get some tips.
No, no, it's absolutely
So
fine.
I've got my main trend is I've got it in a color blue, which is the 50. I've got my mid trend is the purple
Hmm.
one, and my shortest one is the green one, which is the 5. So I've got a 50, 15, and a 5. So what I like to do I
Hmm.
trade with the trend, so I like to watch the moving averages. It just helps me out. And when I see the moving averages, well, the shorter one crossing the main one, I will decide then on the basis of that to take a trend, to trade. I also have got at the bottom of the screen, you can
Hmm.
probably see I've got the stochastics as well, which I like to watch in case it's overbought or oversold.
Yeah,
What works for me
very
the
nice.
most, I trade in 15 minutes time frame because I find it, this is personally works for me. I know everyone's a bit different, but I find it, I like to trade during the day. I don't want to leave the trades open like overnight. So I like to be done by the end of the day. And I find it when I've tried
Mm.
anything shorter is just obviously it's happening like crazy, so it's just too fast. And then when I've tried anything longer than 15 minutes, like half an hour, you can even do it a day, whatever. It's just it's too slow for me. This is personally works for me, the 15
Yeah,
minutes. I know some people do over the period of a day, week, but yeah, that's how I find it
yeah,
the easiest for me, and this is what it worked so far for me
yeah.
personally.
Wow, I
Okay.
really like it. It's a very kind of tried and proven way of trading. Um,
Oh,
I'll just
hold
let
on.
you
Okay.
unshare your script. Well, not the leave button.
Yeah, is that fine?
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's great. Moving
Yeah.
average are tried and tested. And you found
For
something
me
that
personally,
works
yeah. Because
for you
everyone
in terms
trades
of
differently. Everyone's
exactly.
got their own techniques. It's just try and error sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, and it just goes to show because the way you trade is something that's uh, you know you go on YouTube, you'll find people trading like that. It's not like a secret. It's not it's a very kind of
Yeah.
most people will come across a strategy similar to how you're trading. Trade with the trend, use the moving averages, be patient. Bit of stochastics when it's overbought, and if the moving average is, if price is below the moving average and it's kind of
Yeah.
breaking out, sell, and hold it to the next low or whatever, right? Or if the stochastics dips to oversold or whatever, right? So, but a lot of people would try something like that and very quickly give up because they don't have the discipline to kind of allow the edge to play out. And that's the beauty of trading, right? Because getting an edge in the market is actually quite easy. It's not even that difficult. Even if you close your eyes and just pick buy or sell and do a one-to-one, you have a 50-50 shot
Yeah.
of being
Oh,
right,
yeah.
you know? All you need to do is just, even if you just follow the overall trend, you're probably going to bump that up from 50-50 to maybe 52-48, right? In your favor. Now, it's not the greatest, edge, but it's still an edge. And if you
Yeah.
play enough trades over the time, you will see that edge play out, right? So it's all comes down
Yeah.
to the psychology. And like you said, patience. And I think that's why, even only a year into trading, you're already at the stage where you are because it's all, in your mind rather than, you found the holy grail to
No.
trading because that doesn't exist, sadly.
Yeah,
I
me too.
wish it
If you
did,
find it,
but
let me know.
I will do. I will do. Hopefully one day, who knows? Maybe with AI,
You
they'll
never
they'll
know.
discover the holy grail. You never know. But that's awesome. So did you? I mean, naturally, when you first started, I'm assuming you probably did
Oh,
struggle a
yeah.
little bit with the
Even
psychology.
today.
How did you kind of
I don't
overcome
think you
it?
can ever
Okay,
overcome. I think
interesting.
you're always gonna hit a time that you sometimes maybe question like, should I keep going? Do you know what I mean? And that's when I keep saying like you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have to keep going because you know that it will turn again. It's, I think it's big
Mm,
thing factor obviously how much financially you can as well. So sometimes you might have a break because you financially cannot afford to get another challenge or you
yeah,
failed too many times. But you just have to keep, if you want to
yeah.
get somewhere, you just have to keep going. And I know at times mine be hard, but Yeah, if you give up, you just give up. I think if you start with the thinking in your head, well, I'm going to give up, you might as well not start it because like, what's the point?
Exactly. Exactly. And, you know, you have to allow it to play out. And I
Yeah.
know it sounds like a broken record, but it's so true because, um, like, even if you have a strategy, which I don't think exists, but say it has, a 90% win rate, you're still, if you do 1,000 trades,
Yeah.
there's a good chance within those 1,000 trades, you're going to
Yes.
lose 5 trades in a row. It's statistically more than possible. And a lot of people then, when they hit that kind of, 5 trade losing streak, they're going to be like, oh, what's going on?
Mm.
Maybe the strategy doesn't work. Okay, I'll go back and change it and try something else. And you never end up just settling for
No.
one
Yeah,
strategy. And that's
well,
really all you got to do. Pick
I
something
think you're
that
going to
works
learn
with
for
your
the rest of your
schedule.
life, really. I don't think it's
And
something that you're
yeah,
just going to get it, and when you get it, that's
yeah,
it. You don't need to do anything else. I think it's like a learning curve all the time.
yeah, 100%, 100%. But you figured that out very early on, and I think that saved you years and years of endless pain in the market. Believe me, there's been a lot of pain in every
Oh, yeah.
trader's journey. Do you have any kind of memorable moments, either good or bad, when it comes to trading that really
Well,
stand
like
out for
even
you?
with you guys, I've tried before, and yeah, you're not going to get funded
Mm,
straight away. I think I did trade a little bit with my own capital, but like you said, it's just you can't get a proper return. I mean, it depends what you're looking for. For some people, might be more. Some people might be
yeah.
more than happy get another $100 or let's say pounds a month. But if you're looking for something bigger, then yeah, you just have to. It's not. It hasn't been plain sailing for me at all. It's a lot of tears been and a lot
Mm,
of money. Do you know what I mean? That I've just been lucky, but
yeah.
I know this is not going to be like that forever. I know I'm going to see and seen a little bit on the
Yeah.
other side of the table as well. So yeah, you just have to keep going, I think. I can't, because if I go that road, that I'm
But
start thinking, oh my God, but I've lost this and I've lost that. Just don't, just don't, because overall it will be worth it.
no, no, totally. Exactly that. And but it's good that you recognize that there is that potential
Yeah, oh
where
yeah,
things can go wrong. Because if you live in a kind of world where you're like, oh, this is smooth sailing from now on, I'm funded, I'm just gonna always be fine for the rest of my life,
no,
you're
that's
kind
not
of living in a
reality.
dream world, and it's good to kind of know the risk is still there. Like I said, there have been traders who made millions and
Mm,
they lost those millions. So
yeah,
it's an ongoing battle. There's no such thing as a successful trader. We're only as
yeah.
successful
I
as we
think you've
were
got the good and
yesterday.
the bad days.
Um, exactly, exactly. But that's awesome. Monica, I'd love to talk a little bit about Ola Prime. So you are funded now, which is awesome. You've had a payout of $2,500. How has your experience been so far
I
with
can't
us?
complain. It's been great. If I needed any support, I got support. Any questions, they always answered. So I can. And even for the payout, I think I've redrawn. I put a request like early in the morning, and by the same day afternoon, I had my money. It was just wow. It's lovely. It's great.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I'm really glad that you're having a great experience with us, and we strive to keep that up. And what is the future for you, though? Are you looking to get more accounts,
Definitely.
scale the
Well,
capital?
yes, as much as I can. Yes, definitely, because I think that's when you're going to be successful. I don't want to settle for what I've got. I'm happy with what I'm doing. So I think clearly it worked. I'll just have to try it. Try doing it on a bigger scale, isn't it?
That's it. That's it. And there's something great about having
Yeah.
multiple funded accounts. You don't have to trade all of them at once, but it's kind of again, it goes back to what we mentioned earlier about having like a day job. It releases
Yeah.
the pressure from trading because you have another income to fall onto, and same with like having multiple funded accounts. You don't feel that pressure of, if you ever, God forbid, but if you ever do lose that account for whatever reason,
because you've got
it's
another one,
okay. You
exactly.
have another
So
two or
yeah,
three.
and I think that's
It's not the
when,
end of the world.
yeah,
It
that's when
doesn't just
people
stop.
sometimes struggle when they can't afford to keep going and try to get a funded account. They've got only one, and then that one comes to an end. It's a big hit, isn't it? But then when you've
Yeah.
got a few going, you're kind of like, I
Oh,
think you just
huge.
keep replacing, isn't it? You just keep going.
Yeah. That's it. That's exactly it, and that's what a lot of the really successful clients that we have. What they do, they have multiple. Well, they have max allocation, so
Yeah.
as many accounts as they're allowed to have, and they, if they have a bad day on one, they'll trade the other one, and generally speaking,
Yeah.
they kind of make it up again. They kind of diversify and kind of spread the risk. They don't trade all of them at once because that kind of defeats the point again of having multiple accounts. Because if you
Exactly.
blow one of them, you've blown all of them, and
Yeah.
that's a
Imagine.
bit painful. So it's all just about managing that risk and staying in the game for another
One day
day.
at a time.
That's literally it. Exactly. One last question,
Yeah.
Monica, then I will let you go. Naturally, people watching, a lot of people are going to be struggling right now with trading. I'm sure you've been there. We've all been there. What would be the one bit of advice you could give to
Just
that person?
like I said before, be patient, because I know it might be daunting at time and you think you've lost a lot of money or you invest a lot of money and you've just been very unlucky. But if you gave up, you just lost it. That's it. If you keep going, you will get
Yeah,
funded. You will get lucky. It will change. Just please be patient and just believe it. It's not going to be like that forever.
that's it. Really well said. Monica, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for taking the time today to come on and talk to me and sharing your story, your strategy, and being an
Thank you.
all-round lovely person to talk to today. It's a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And to all the viewers, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead, subscribe, turn on channel notifications, leave a thumbs up. Also join our Discord, but more importantly, make sure you tune in to Ola Prime TV every Monday to Friday, every trading day. Myself and our other trading coaches break down the live markets. We take live trades and we interact with you guys all live. So it's well worth tuning in. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching and we'll see you again very soon. Take care.
Ola Prime. Trade with transparency.